If you've been trading for a little bit over a year and you still have not seen any progress whatsoever, that means that you're doing something completely wrong. I want you to take a pause, go to the bathroom, and take a look at yourself in the mirror. Ask yourself, what am I doing wrong? What could I be doing differently? All right. Now, take a look at someone who's a professional trader, maybe not professional, but someone that you see is actually making very good money with this on social media, and see what they do with their lives versus compared to what you do with your life. They take one trade a day, they have one strategy, and they stick to their rules. That's one of the most important things that I can tell you guys. Stick to your rules, because I don't care how good you are with spotting things out on the charts. If you don't have a strict rule set for yourself, you're just going to be fumbling everything. Every ball that's going to be handed to you, you're just going to drop it on the ground because you can't stick to your rules. You have to understand that if you stick to one thing and one thing only, you will become profitable. And it's that simple. A lot of people, they strategy hop from one strategy to another. For example, I know someone in my Discord that kept moving from strategy to another one every week. And it's like, bro, you started seeing progress with the first one and then you got bored of it, so you moved on to a different strategy. Dude, stick with one strategy. And I know there's a lot of people watching this that might struggle with this. Stick to one strategy, back test it, paper trade it, forward test it. I don't care what you're on right now. If you stop whatever else you're doing, literally stick to that strategy that you're using right now. Don't change anything. Stick to it. All right. And I promise you, a month from now, 2 months from now, you will see progress. And you have to also create a strict rule set for yourself. You cannot be over trading. You cannot be over leveraging. You cannot be over being too overconfident within yourself. You get one good win and then you're going to start getting too confident within yourself because you took a win. No, you need to have a very strict rule set for yourself, because if you don't, you're going to end up absolutely nowhere. You're just going to waste 365 days. All right. We're going into 2026. I know that you had a bunch of rules set for yourself and a bunch of goals and stuff, but you haven't done any of them because you kept messing up. You kept going back to that same mindset as someone who's a very unprofitable trader, someone who comes into this expecting them to make thousands of dollars within the first month. We all know that's not possible. There's so many people that come into this, and it kind of upsets me how mainstream, I don't know if that's the right word to use, but how popular trading has got, because there's so many people coming into this expecting that it's just like a gamble. Like, dude, I can make $1,000 in a day, and then, it's not that simple. Like, dude, this shit took me about 3 years to really figure out what the fuck I'm doing with this. All right, I went from, if you guys don't know my story, I kind of explained it to you guys in like a bunch of other videos. When I first started out, when I was a senior in high school, I kind of thought this was just like a little side gig that I could do, because I saw a bunch of people on TikTok doing it, like, buying and selling stocks and stuff like that. So I started doing options. I traded options for a little bit, lost a fuck ton of money when I was in high school. And then I moved on to Forex, which was okay. I made a little bit of money, but it wasn't anything like life-changing. Like, I probably could have made more money working a regular job than doing fucking Forex. And then I went back to options, and then I figured out futures, and then it took me about a good 6 months for me to figure out what the fuck I wanted to do with futures, So obviously I get this takes time and you want to make it work, but that's something that is required. You have to struggle, you have to stay patient with this, because if you don't, you're just going to want to jump to it, and then you're going to start over trading, you're going to start over leveraging because you want to get to it. I get that you want to get to the money, but you have to understand that this is part of the process. You have to be okay with waiting. All right. If you say patience pays. Patience. It's in the word, bro. Patience pays. If you wait, if you take the time and struggle and be okay with the struggle, you will make this work out. And I promise you on everything that's true. Because I don't care what anyone tells me, this shit is real, bro. You can make thousands of dollars. You can make life-changing money from this kind of stuff. And I've seen it with my own eyes. I see it with many other people on TikTok and Instagram, and people who are way better than me, who are older than me and stuff like that. I see it for myself. I see it on my screen. I see it on my bank account. It's possible. It is all possible. You just have to understand that this shit takes time. It's not going to be so easy. It will never. This is probably one of the hardest things I've ever done in my life. All right. I've never went through such a roller coaster in my life. And I'm not saying that it's just hard because, you can't. Some days it's hard to see a chart, or, it's hard to see a setup or anything like that. No, it's all in your head, bro. It's all in your head. It's 90% of trading is literally all within this fucking brain right here. This little chromosome that you got right here. All right. 10% of it is on the screen. That's it. All you have to do is react to what you want to do or what you see on the screen. It comes through your eyes into your brain. You have to react to that. All right. You have to see whether this is your setup. This is not your setup. Should I stay off of this? Should I, risk less on this? One thing that you need to understand. Okay. And I tell this to so many people, and a lot of people don't understand this until it happens to them and they're like, fuck, he was right. One setup, and that's it. That's all you need is one simple setup. Literally, I have this Post-it note right here. See it. It's hard to see because it's backwards. See it, take it. Don't see it, don't take it. It's that simple. When I win that trade, get off. It's that simple. Just one winning trade, and then look, I have my setup right here. You could see how much of a different color it is because this is the sun bleached it or whatever it's called, and you can see where the Post-it note's been sticking. This has been sitting on my computer for like over a year now. Like you can see the same thing with this. It doesn't move because I know that this shit works. You have to be okay with taking losses for you to be able to understand that, like, dude, no matter what, I cannot give up on this. Like, you have to be able to sacrifice everything. You have to be able to drain your bank account to make this shit work if you really want it to work, It's not going to be fucking easy, bro. This shit was fucking hard, bro. And I'm not going to say maybe some people might have it easier. Maybe some people might have it harder for themselves. But you have to understand, you stick with one thing and just lock in with it. You have to focus with it. You have to focus because if you don't, you're not going to get anywhere with this. And this goes also for a lot of people who are not locked in enough. This goes for people who come into the market every single day and they're like, oh, I'm just going to trade whatever pops up. I see a fair value gap, I'm going to take it. No, bro, you have to have a strategy. I had so many people. I had this one kid. I'm not going to name him specifically. I had this one kid in my Discord specifically. And he was copy trading from like another Discord. And I'm like, bro, you are not going to become successful doing that. You will never, I don't care how good that person is that you're copying off of. I don't care what they say. You will never make money doing that. You will never make money copying someone else's trades. You have to sit down, put the fucking work in from this thing right here. And once you put the work in, that's when you start making money. And this goes for anything. This is not just for trading. This goes for drop shipping, whatever fucking business you're trying to do, whether it's playing sports, trying to get good at something. It's not going to come easy, bro. You're not going to pick it up and play like, you're not going to pick up a basketball and play like LeBron tomorrow. This shit requires so much grit, so much psychological fucking part of your brain to do this. Like, this is something that is so hard for people to grasp because it's not something that's going to be easy, bro. You have to be okay with taking the risk. You have to be okay with falling. You have to be okay with scratching your knee, breaking a leg or something, bro. You have to be okay with that risk, bro. Because if you're not going to get anywhere with this. You think if what was his name? Michael Jordan. All right, I heard this story a long time ago, and this should inspire me. I don't watch any sports. I don't do anything like sport related. I mean, I snowboard in the wintertime, I ice skate, and like go run during the summertime and play sports here and there. But I don't play like sports professionally. But one thing that really stuck with me when I was younger was when Michael Jordan got kicked off of his high school basketball team because he sucked. He ended up being the best basketball player ever to exist. And that's just so crazy to me to think that you might suck right now, but you have to use that as fuel to drive yourself to become a better person tomorrow. Okay? You think if Michael Jordan just gave up on basketball, he would be Michael Jordan? No, Michael Jordan would have just been a regular fucking person. He'd probably be like a trash truck driver or something in Chicago. Who knows where he could have been right now if he never picked up that basketball. He could have came home that day from basketball practice and said, I'm done. I quit. But he didn't. He never gave up. And look at him now, bro. Look at him now. He never gave up. And that's something that you have to do as well. All right? There's been so many times within this game when I've been just wanting to give up. But I can't, because I cannot fathom the fact that I would have to go live a normal life that everyone else is doing, the mediocre, average Joe life. I don't want that for myself, and I know damn well that you don't want that either. So you have to be okay with falling. You have to be okay with scraping your knee, breaking your leg. Be okay with that. Be okay with losing a lot of people around you because they don't understand what you want. Be okay with draining your bank account for this. There's been so many times where I literally had no money to do this kind of stuff. I didn't have any fucking money at a certain point. All right? You have to be okay with the sacrifice. Be okay. Be comfortable being uncomfortable. If you guys know who David Goggins is, I'm going to show you this book real quick. Hold on. Bro, spend the money and buy this book. Spend the money and buy this book. This book is literally going to change your life. If you're not hard, if you're not wanting to be like, let's go, like I'm ready to put this shit on, I want you to buy this book and read it. Before you do anything, literally take the time, take like an hour a day, 30 minutes a day, read this fucking book. And I guarantee you, it's called Can't Hurt Me by David Goggins. I can guarantee you it will change the way how you perceive things in life. If you take the time, put the work in, I can guarantee you this will work out. There's so many people within my Discord that started trading literally less than a year ago, and they're already making profitable trades every single day. I see them coming into the Discord every single day. A lot of these OG people that I have in my Discord, they come in every single day ready to fight the market, ready to take the market and grab it by the neck. All right? Be okay with taking losses, falling on your knees, breaking your neck, whatever. This is only a year or two of struggle. Would you rather sacrifice 4 years of your life, or like not sacrifice 4 years, enjoy the 4 years of your life in your 20s, going to parties, going to college parties, you know, hanging around with your friends, smoking weed, fucking girls and all that kind of stuff, and then have 40 years of bullshit life listening to someone else? Or would you rather sacrifice 4 years of your life locking in to then have the rest of your life to do whatever you want? So pick and choose. It's either what you do right now will determine the future that you have for yourself. There's like a math equation that I saw someone post on TikTok. It was like every input that you put in has an equal or opposite output. So if you give shitty effort, you're gonna have an equal fucking outcome to whatever you're doing. If you give shitty effort into your trading, you're gonna have shitty fucking outcomes. If you have good effort, you put A+ effort into your trading, you will have good outcomes. And this is not just going to be overnight. This is something that will take a very, very, very long time. So I want you guys to understand that. Take the time that is required for this suffering. Okay, I will put money on it that if you sacrifice 3-4 years of your life, you will make this work. Okay? Obviously, it might be shorter for some people. It might be easier for some people. Maybe it's harder for some people. No matter what situation you are in, we are in the times where you can use a computer, a phone that I'm recording on to make generational money. And if you're not taking advantage of it, you're doing something completely wrong. There's so many people that I know damn well you see on TikTok, and they're driving fucking, you know, your dream cars and living the life that you want, the freedom, they're traveling and stuff like that. That should anger you. That should piss you off, because that should be you recording those videos and posting them. You have to be the one to do it, because if no one else is going to do it, someone else will take that opportunity from you. Okay? If you have a dream inside your head, if you have an idea of something in your head, if you want to start a business in the future, don't wait on it. Don't say, oh, I'm going to wait till I get out of college. I'm going to wait till I have a couple $1,000s to start this up. No, jump now, bro. Take the leap of faith that is required for this kind of stuff. If I didn't do what I had to do to get to where I am right now, if I didn't lose thousands of dollars doing what I was doing in high school, I would never be where I am right now. If I had not spent the time, the late nights, staying up till 2-3 in the morning, you know, or waking up at 2 in the morning trading London session, if I had never did any of those things, I would never be where I am right now. Never. Because growth requires sacrifice. You got to crack a couple eggs to make scrambled eggs. All right? I hope you guys learned something from this and actually listen to what I had to say. Hope you guys have a good rest of your day. Peace out.